Anyway, I like starting with anyway. I'm back. It's the Saturday wrap. It's a Saturday wrap for a new month. Yeah, where exactly has this year gone? Anyway, it's Saturday, the 1st of August, 2026, semi live, cheating there, from the beautiful Lower Rumney Valley, specifically Bedwas. And this was my week. These were the things that happened. There's a lot of weather in there, there's a lot of planting in there, and there's less smoke. Who knew? Anyway, let's start with the word or phrase of the week: thrift maxing. A derivation was token maxing, where you were told to use AI as much as you could, and AI is charged in tokens, and that's one way of seeing if you're working hard. And then it was discovered that if you use high-end frontier models, like from Anthropic or OpenAI, that's a couple of bob, and times are now very hard. So now the term is thrift maxing. So yeah, you either use less of the high-end frontier models, or you use pretty good open weight Chinese models which are a lot cheaper, or you use a combination of them both. However, the thing that it really means is be careful with the money, because there ain't a lot of it around, and thrift. Anyway, the app of the week, this is a distinctly different one. This is for the Apple TV, which isn't a TV at all. It's a streaming box, and it's a thing called TVStats. And I found it today. It basically tells you how your Apple TV is working, how hot it is, processor load, amount of memory, amount of store. It's like, doesn't help you watch stuff, doesn't record what you're doing and keep a record of what you're watching. It's just like a utility, which I like. I kind of think that's really good. So I'm going to download it, because I'm going to have the Apple TV going later on. Silo. Yeah, Silo. Anyway, the thing of the week: NRW, National Resource Wales, announced, was it Thursday or Wednesday? I think it was Thursday. The whole of Wales is now drought. We have a drought situation. Although in the beautiful Lower Rumney Valley, we haven't had a hosepipe ban yet. That comes from Welsh Water, which is complicated, I suppose. We got a drought, but we can still use our hose pipes, unless you're on a water meter, then get the watering can out. But yeah, droughty, and there's not a lot of rain in sight. It might be the odd shower next week, but possibly not a great deal. Anyway, thoughts of the week. Well, today, because I'm pretending it's tomorrow, but today is actually the 31st, and it's the start of the Weatherspoons Cider Festival. And I was going to go to where I went last year for it, which was the Tumble Inn in Pontypridd. However, Pontypridd is having the big bite in the park. It'll be packed. The whole thing will be. So, yeah, I am going to try and avoid people, which is what I like to do. I spent all of last Saturday afternoon upstairs the mezzanine of the project with no one else there, apart from a Welsh cake, which I don't think is people. But I quite like it sometimes just to have time on my own. Other times it's great to be around people, but sometimes you need, you know. So, yeah, avoiding people. Sometimes you just need it. Anyway, a song of the week. And where did I hear this? It was, yeah, last Saturday in the project, Blowing Free by Wishbone Ash from 1972. The album's called Argus, and there's no G in blowing, there's an apostrophe. Wonderful track, wonderful band. Saw them at Reading. Yeah, really good. Anyway, that was my song of the week, and I like that. The week that went, Saturday, the bottle of beer I had from Captain Grokey down in Weird Dad's by Holy Goat Brewing. from Dundee, and I can't remember the other brewery, but it was in Larnaca in Cyprus. Wow, what a great beer! Absolutely brilliant beer. Holy Goat Brewing, by the way. And then Saturday knocked out the Premiership Dream Team and got some surprising people entering it. So if you're interested in fantasy football and you can't find your way to my site, just ping and I'll send you the link. Can't beat fantasy football, even though I am really rubbish. And coming home from the project, I went in the co-op to get some meal deals, and they don't have staff tills anymore. It's all self-service, which is a bit of a disappointment, to be perfectly honest. Although I was still compost mentis enough to actually use it, but bad show, really. Sunday, planting and planting out, and more watering. And I had chips made out of Casablanca potatoes, which I grew in the garden. So far, not a great crop, but the potatoes, Casablancas, really wonderful. Also had 2 tomatoes from the garden. Small ones, but that big. Really nice as well. Monday, postage. Posting things off. I haven't been to the post office for ages. Tuesday, or was it Monday? Well, I did on Tuesday. Tons and tons of Apple updates. 26.6 all around. And there was a touch of rain, especially around lunchtime. Didn't come to much, though. Didn't come to much at all, to be perfectly honest. Wednesday, yeah, no rain, but more tomatoes. And Thursday, planning another Beano. Looks like London is in the frame. Looks like I will definitely have no money, but you know, it could be a pub crawl or something like that. I am definitely looking forward to it. And Friday, got up, went down the road. It is decidedly fresh. It is clear and fresh and cool, but still no rain. Anyway, so that was my week. Yeah, there's not really much of an excitement. Oh, apart from Friday, as I've already mentioned, the Weatherspoons Cider Festival has started, and I had a pint of Up and Under from the Gower Brewery, which is not a cider. But hopefully, this time next week, I'll be full of cider tales or something like that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Comments are very welcome wherever you see this. I'll see you again now that we're in August. Bye bye.